On October 6th, the planet blacked out for 2 minutes and 17 seconds. The whole world saw the future.
That means nothing to me. I'm not gonna cheat on you.
I'm changing the future.
The blackout might happen again.
FBI agent Mark Benford witnesses chaos in Los Angeles post-global blackout, observing accidents everywhere. The story rewinds 4 hours, depicting Mark at home with his wife, Olivia, and daughter, Charlie. He asks the babysitter, Nicole, to stay late due to Olivia's late shift. Olivia tries reaching missing colleague Bryce, who is at a pier with a gun. Mark attends an AA meeting before surveilling a woman with Dimitri, leading to a blackout that reveals glimpses of the future and shows Mark alone at work. Masked men target Mark for his blackout knowledge. The blackout causes chaos but saves lives like Bryce's. Olivia rescues a boy at the hospital who oddly knows her. Mark, Dimitri, and Janice investigate shared visions, aiming to uncover clues, including the name Mosaic. Olivia's vision hints at a strained marriage with Mark. Mark's daughter, Charlie, unknowingly fulfills a detail from his vision. Janice uncovers strange footage of a person moving during the blackout. The following day, Charlie faces school pressure to share her blackout vision. Weddick discloses FBI resignations confronted by Anastasia Markham. Mark rushes to Charlie's school after a concerning call. At the school, Mark, Olivia, and Principal Byron address Charlie's silence, suspecting ties to Olivia's flash forward. Anastasia becomes convinced after seeing a video of Bane at Detroit Stadium, suspect 0. Dee Dee Gibbons seeks Dimitri, mentioning Mark and the pigeons. Olivia takes Charlie to the hospital where she meets Lloyd. Charlie recognizes him, reacting strongly to seeing Dylan. Janice uncovers Gibbons' suspicious activities, leading them to Pigeon, Utah. Dimitri's breakthrough reveals Gibbons' bus ticket purchase from Pigeon. Mark and Dimitri join forces with Sheriff Keegan in Pigeon to apprehend a credit card cloner. They stumble upon an eerie doll factory resembling Mark's vision, encounter a mysterious figure. During a chase, chaos ensues with bouncing dolls. They confront a man with lighters, resulting in Sheriff Keegan's fatal attack. The man escapes, leaving tech clues linking to the blackout and Suspect 0. An ominous call warns Dimitri of his impending death, leaving him shaken.
You are going to be murdered.
Charlie confesses her fear of Dee Gibbons from her vision of being a villain. The FBI finds a report on Rudolf Gehr, a Nazi convict in Germany, who wants to meet Mark due to a connection with Mark's flash. Mark and Janice travel to Germany to interrogate him. Meanwhile, Dimitri's fiancée Zoe arrives and they discuss their visions. At the hospital, Olivia talks to Felicia, Stan's wife, who mentions a boy named Ataf in her vision. Mark and Janice question Gehr in a German prison, where he offers information about his freedom. Gehr shares cryptic stories and a flashback involving a customs official. Dimitri verifies Gehr's claim by meeting the official, who confirms their shared vision. Gehr provides more details, including witnessing the murder of crows. Mark promises Gehr freedom and receives a bird book for further investigation. At a memorial service, Felicia spots Ataf, confirming her vision. Zoe persuades Dimitri to choose April 29, 2010 as their wedding date, reminiscent of D-Day. Initially hesitant, Dimitri agrees at Zoe's insistence. Back in the US, Mark investigates bird-related incidents linked to the global blackout. He and Janice find a 1991 report from Somalia about a mass crow die-off coinciding with widespread unconsciousness among residents. The scene shifts to 1991 in Somalia's Ganwar region, where a boy tending goats witnesses crows falling dead. He discovers his village in chaos, with people unconscious, and a strange aircraft emitting smoke at the center, adding a chilling twist to the story. During a recent blackout, chaos ensues with car crashes and a bus ending up in a pond. Ned rescues a woman from the bus. At the hospital, Ned shares a strange vision with Bryce and Olivia under the influence of morphine. Olivia urges Bryce to prioritize his mental health post-suicide attempt for his job. Dimitri and Zoe discuss wedding plans, but Dimitri is distracted by work and detainment involving a blonde woman. Nicole opens up to Aaron about her struggles post-blackout and decides to return to babysitting. Mark wants to investigate Somalia, but Weddick prioritizes Dimitri's lead on a dirty bomb threat. In Indio, Mark and Dimitri chase a suspect linked to a bomb plot, but find marijuana instead. Dimitri reveals his foreseen death date to Mark. Mark seeks a hacker's help to investigate Somalia. Nicole shares her drowning flash with Mark. Simon shocks Lloyd by claiming responsibility for the blackout. In DC, Mark, Dimitri, Weddick, and Agent Vreed seek project funding. An SUV collision triggers a missile launch. The timeline rewinds 39 hours, revealing Dimitri's Senate summons. Mark and Vreed undergo polygraph tests on their visions. Aaron suggests Mark attend AA meetings for stress. Weddick, with Dimitri and Vreed, collects data for the Mosaic Collective. The president warns against Clement at funding hearings. Janice and Go analyze CIA Somalia images from 1991. The president aims to fund agencies for blackout leads. Olivia frets over Mark's drinking, mirroring her vision. Aaron advises her to support Mark. Weddick is offered the Homeland Security Director role. Clement accuses him of sabotage. Weddick presents flash-forward tracking to Clement, who remains dismissive. Clement delays senators by putting Mark on stand the next day. Janice fabricates details about her pregnancy and Maya's marital status, finding a critical satellite image in Somalia. Clement doubts Mark until he admits to drinking during his vision, angering Weddick. The group narrowly evades an Asian man's attack. Janice fights off LA assailants, getting injured. Mark's team survives a car explosion, defeating hired killers. Janice regains consciousness post-chaos. Simon pretends to be a brilliant physicist on a train, flirting with a woman by claiming to know the cause of the blackout. Janice is hospitalized after an attack, but stabilizes thanks to Oliver. Mark updates Olivia on the linked attacks and decides to take Charlie trick-or-treating. Weddick advises everyone to rest, but Dimitri insists on tracking the attackers. He finds a blue hand symbol at the morgue, connected to Mark's flash-forward about Baltimore, leading them to Baltimore Street in LA. As Mark takes Charlie trick-or-treating, Janice's health deteriorates. Simon and the woman share their visions, revealing Simon's violent past. Lloyd finds Dylan on a bus and brings him home, where confusion arises due to his connection with Charlie and a familiar address. Mark and Nicole are puzzled when Lloyd arrives, linking back to past visions. As tensions rise, Lloyd realizes his influence on Olivia's future and decides to leave. Dimitri and Al investigate the abandoned house and discover unsettling clues. FBI! Janice struggles with her clash with her vision. Mark confronts Olivia about secrets and his troubling vision, straining their trust. Dimitri and Al find a passport tied to a mysterious case, connected to Al's past visions. Simon's arrival in Los Angeles brings a shocking revelation to Lloyd about a dangerous experiment. In the following scene, Al records a heartfelt message for Celia, revealing details about her family. Mark, Dimitri, and Al discuss mysterious deaths at the morgue linked to Ian Rutherford. Fiona Banks investigates Rutherford's death, shedding light on the case. Fiona and Al delve into shared visions, uncovering deeper meanings. Al's revelation about Celia's fate leads to a reckoning. Zoe confronts Dimitri about their wedding plans. Nicole finds solace in volunteer work. The team infiltrates a ghosts gathering orchestrated by Romanchak. Lloyd plans to return home once his son recovers. Nicole deciphers a symbol from Bryce's flash, encouraging him to share his story. Mike discloses Tracy's tragic fate to Aaron. Dr. Reynaud is exposed at the Ghosts meeting, revealing recruitment methods. Dimitri shares his lack of a flash with Zoe. Aaron offers Mike a job. Al's farewell note alarms Dimitri, leading to a desperate act. In a heartbreaking moment, Al sacrifices himself to alter a tragedy, emphasizing seizing the present. Aaron is shocked to find Tracy alive but changed at home. Celia shows Al's letter, hinting at future changes. Lloyd emails his team about the experiment and takes responsibility for the blackout. Janice considers resigning after the shootout, but Weddick advises her to focus on her family plans instead. Simon confronts Lloyd over the blackout, leading to a poker game to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Mark investigates a murder to change their fate, and Olivia gets a vision-like gift from him. Tracy, though alive, remains hidden and troubled. Ingrid shares a video of a violent incident involving a briefcase, which leads to the poker game revealing QED. Simon argues against publicizing their findings, stressing their scientific role. Tracy recalls the horrors caused by Jericho PMCs in Afghanistan, while Aaron tells Mark about Tracy's survival and plans to catch Perovsky's killers. Mark suspects an FBI mole from his flash forward and sets a trap using Ingrid. Tracy worries about Jericho's influence, but finds comfort in Aaron's reassurance. During a stakeout, Dimitri shoots a suspect with a 3-star tattoo. Ingrid goes into witness protection due to the remaining threat. Lloyd wins an important poker game and decides to disclose the blackout. Janice spots Suspect Zero in enhanced footage by his ring, while a briefcase exchange at a military base reveals rings with Greek engravings leading to deadly consequences. In a series of events, Bryce learns of his cancer diagnosis before the blackout. Keiko, unhappy in her new job, faces challenges at work in Tokyo. Bryce, struggling with his health, attempts suicide, leading to a revelation by Olivia. At the FBI office, suspicions arise around Dimitri after a peculiar phone call. Meanwhile, Keiko decides to leave her job, prompting a tense exchange with her mother. The team discovers a crucial clue linking to Hong Kong, prompting Mark and Dimitri to take action against Wedek's orders. Bryce travels to Tokyo in search of Keiko from his flash, only to face rejection at her home. Unbeknownst to him, Keiko is on the same flight back to Los Angeles. Anhadri Udaya, the woman warning Dimitri about his murder, is seen at her office while Harda ponders the Mosaic investigation. Mark and Dimitri defy orders, heading to Hong Kong in search of Anhadri. In Hong Kong, they meet FBI agent Marshall Vogel, who advises them to return to LA. Meanwhile, Lloyd links their experiment to the blackout in a press conference, causing an uproar. Janice connects Olivia with patient Dylan Simcoe. Zoe leaves a message for Dimitri's parents about their wedding and a memorial. Janice talks to Bryce about her baby flash. Wedek watches a program about Lloyd and Simon's press conference. Janice confronts Lloyd at the hospital. Mark and Dimitri track Anhadra to a restaurant. The next day, Janice shows Simon images of Ganwar, leading to a tower revelation. Wedek involves Simon in finding D. Gibbons. Zoe realizes her flash was about Dimitri's memorial, not her wedding. In Hong Kong, Mark and Dimitri confront Anhadra, leading to a tense situation and their arrest. Zoe visits Dimitri's parents, sharing a vision of his memorial. Janice seeks Bryce's advice on pregnancy plans. Olivia says goodbye to Lloyd and Dylan at the hospital. During the transfer, a crisis unfolds as Dylan's agitation causes chaos. Reed takes Lloyd hostage, leaving Olivia and Dylan shocked. A man shares a blackout experience, focusing on a window washer's survival. He stresses the blackout's impact and the need for answers. The window washer recounts the event to an audience.
And this man faced certain death.
Wedek confronts Mark for misconduct, ordering regular psychologist visits. Simon aids in Lloyd's kidnapping case. Dimitri teams up with Agent Vogel after an incident in Hong Kong. Mark investigates while managing personal issues. Despite challenges, he remains committed to his marriage. During a session with the psychologist, Mark faces difficulties. Dimitri and Vogel probe a missing ambulance, emphasizing Dimitri's job performance. A tense situation unfolds as Dimitri tries to shoot Vogel, leading to a discovery of poisoned EMTs and a clue for tracking the culprits. Nicole seeks help after encountering her attacker in a flash forward. A nurse introduces her to Sanctuary, led by the window washer, promoting positive perspectives on flash forwards. Flosso confronts Simon and Lloyd about a past experiment, creating tension. Mark uncovers Red Panda resources and discusses troubling details with Aaron. Mark consults Wedek about a potential second blackout, exploring Red Panda resources with setbacks. Nicole discusses flash forwards with Timothy, questioning their meaning for humanity. Timothy relates it to sacrifice for a greater cause like Jesus under Bryce's watch. She returns home with Bryce to care for her mother, who collects pennies from 1989, Nicole's birth year. Flosso and his gang resurface, revealing Lloyd's distress note. Meanwhile, Mark finds clues at a restaurant, realizing it's where Lloyd and Simon are held. Mark rescues them in a shootout, revealing Simon's collaboration with Flosso. Simon's history with Flosso unfolds, connected to a blackout day plan. He receives a ring at a baseball game, leading to his current predicament. The FBI interrogates Lloyd and Simon for answers. Mark questions Lloyd about the impending blackout and his silence. Simon evades custody by feigning a reaction to medication, but gets apprehended en route to Toronto. Despite her regular trips to Toronto, Simon escapes through a foil-covered window. He meets a retired professor who suggests a power surge triggered the global flash-forwards. Unable to prevent it, Simon's mother and Janny prepare dinner. Tensions escalate during the meal with Uncle Teddy, Flosso, as Simon plans retaliation. Flashing back, Flosso discloses his manipulations to Simon, using his physics skills to orchestrate events. Flosso coerces Simon into fabricating a false future to deceive his mother. Refusing control, Simon confronts Flosso, leading to a deadly struggle where Simon overpowers and kills Flosso. 15 years back, Aaron faced jail violence defending his daughter, Tracy. In the present, Tracy battles alcohol, fearing Jericho. Aaron assures her safety. Dimitri and Zoe discuss flash-forwards and FBI leaks. Zoe questions Mark about suspicions, prompting threats against Vedic for project records. Mark, with Simcoe's help, works to prevent the blackout. Aaron returns to find Tracy missing, recalling a talk with soldier Mike about her hiding spot. Suspecting Mike, Aaron confronts him, coercing information about Tracy's abduction by Jericho. At the office, Mark discusses the mirror test with Vedek, sharing Simcoe's findings. Vogel proposes a mission to Somalia, but Mark declines, vital for the blackout study. During a birthday, Aaron causes a blackout to press Erskine for Tracy's location. Erskine stays silent, but orders Tracy's and Aaron's elimination. Dimitri and Zoe clash over her defense of a terrorist tied to his death. Zoe's loyalty leads to a tense exchange with Dimitri about protecting him at any cost. Vogel's team arrives in Somalia and heads to Ganwar, learning Somali words en route. Simon's request for a gun is denied. In Somalia, the group is shot at near the tower by warlords led by Abdi Khalaf. Despite claiming to be relief workers, Khalaf sees through their cover, leading to a tense situation where their lives are in danger. In Somalia, Dimitri and Vogel clash but secure weapons. Their attempt to confront Khalaf fails as he captures them. Khalaf discovers the group is CIA and demands resources. When refused, he kills a guard. Janice challenges Khalaf's vision. The group convinces Khalaf to investigate the tower, finding evidence of future experiments. In a hidden chamber, they discover the device causing blackouts. Voyel shoots Khalaf, averting disaster. Janice questions the event. Mark and Olivia discuss their visions. Simon confronts Vogel about a vision of Mark's death, hearing D. Gibbons call Dimitri Dyson Frost in a video. Mark tells Olivia he'll stay at the Weddicks, where Charlie gives him a bracelet matching his vision. They watch D. Gibbons predict a global blackout, prompting Mark to prepare for another blackout. Simon and Lloyd discuss altering the future. Mark decodes a Morse code message from Gibbons, leading to a phone exchange. Coke impresses a man with her automotive skills. Janice faces FBI interrogation for absences, blaming fertility clinic visits but arousing suspicion.
What is it, Janice?
Olivia spots an FBI agent observing her and Charlie. Lloyd links Olivia's memory to their project. Bryce and Nicole dine near Keiko. Keiko is apprehended for lacking a work permit. Marcy's betrayal is exposed as she signals handlers, shooting Curti before fleeing on a motorbike. Janice intercepts her. Mark plans a meeting with Frost. Janice accuses Simon of Teddy's death, unveiling her role as a mole. 2 years ago, Agent Benford greeted new FBI recruits, Dimitri, Janice, Marcy, and Al, each with a distinctive first day. In the present, Marcy stays quiet during questioning about FBI agent deaths, but confesses to signaling her handlers with sugar in her coffee. With Dimitri at risk, Janice takes over questioning Marcy, who discloses being recruited pre-blackout. Weddick presents Marcy to DC reps for further interrogation. Dimitri locates Mark's missing gun tied to recent murders, suspecting Marcy. He intercepts her before she flees. Marcy predicts Dimitri's death but doesn't know the gun's recipient. Weddick meets VP Clement about Jericho's security, mulling covert ops support. Weddick discusses Aaron's involvement in the Jericho case with Mark. Weddick assigns Aaron to gather proof against Jericho, revealing Tracy's abduction. Aaron readies for a risky mission to fulfill his flash forward of reuniting with his daughter. After a party, Janice drives Dimitri home, unveiling her pregnancy. Vreed uncovers Frost's suspicious deeds, including a murder linked to Mark's missing gun. Before their wedding, Frost abducts Dmitri, causing alarm. Dyson Frost captures Dmitri and Mark, each facing perilous situations tied to crucial dates. While Dmitri is held with ominous references to March 15, 2010, Charlie recalls her interaction with Frost at the FBI under Weddick's guidance. Unknowingly aiding Frost, she passes a message to Mark. Zoe queries Alda about Dimitri's disappearance, uncovering Alda's involvement in a blackout conspiracy orchestrated by Frost. Frost reveals a long-term plan involving Dmitri as insurance until March 15th, relying on foresight to outmaneuver his foes. At a train station rendezvous, Frost sends a messenger with a threat to Dimitri's life, compelling Mark's compliance. Mark follows Frost's directives covertly, guided by clues to avert danger.
Now you know how long Dmitri has left to live. Start running, Mark.
Investigation into a man shot by Frost unveils connections to Olivia's flash forward. Vreed provides clues to Olivia, linking the man's belongings to Dmitri. In a final confrontation, Mark shoots Frost with Alda's help, leading to a critical address discovery. Racing against time, Mark finds Dmitri using Charlie's clue, narrowly avoiding disaster. Meanwhile, Olivia uncovers mysterious revelations tied to a doctor's address book and her routine coffee order from a stranger. 2 years back, Janice shifted from lawyer to FBI agent, aiming for change. Dmitri supported her through tough training, like the Yellow Brick Road challenge. Pre-blackout, she hinted at future plans to headhunter Lita. Currently, Mark's team delves into Dyson Frost's data, frustrated by the killer's near capture. Olivia and Vreed explore Gabriel's insights, connecting to Raven River and Dyson's time experiments. Gabrielle exposes Dyson's schemes, including visions of Olivia and Lloyd. Janice's pregnancy news to Mark unveils Dyson's cryptic hints. 2 days prior to the blackout, Lloyd, Simcoe, and Simon prepare for an experiment mimicking the Big Bang Theory. Simon rushes to Toronto for his father's funeral as the experiment unfolds, triggering plasma interactions and causing the blackouts. Mark confronts Simon about Annabelle's abduction, revealing a perilous ultimatum. Dmitri and Banks track Andy Weeks to a coffee shop, uncovering Slingerland's significance. Dmitri thwarts Slingerland's deadly plans to protect Celia, emphasizing the universe's balance before Slingerland's demise. Banks learns of Celia's critical condition. Mark reveals Simon as Suspect Zero for the blackout, racing to Annabelle, who discloses a plot demanding Simon to trigger another blackout, unveiling a dangerous scheme. On the eve of the flash forwards, Weddick warns of a possible office attack, assigning SWAT duties to Mark and Dmitri. They stumble upon a suspicious video of Simon in Detroit during the blackout, breeding doubts. Under Hellinger's pressure to return, Simon resists despite threats to his reputation and family. Weddick and Aaron discover a Jericho camp in Afghanistan, where Aaron saves Tracy, eliminating soldiers and seeking medical aid. Janice confesses her CIA involvement to Mark and Dmitri, seeking redemption and revealing her pregnancy. Simon confronts Janice, seeking aid at gunpoint. At 6 p.m., a large crowd gathers to commemorate April 29th as seen in their visions. Mark's actions take a different turn as he instigates a bar fight, leading to his arrest. With time running out, each character finds themselves scattered, but Stan bails out Mark, setting things in motion. An explosive threat brings agents back to the Bureau. Lloyd persuades Olivia to recreate their shared memories, initiating his plan. Masked attackers strike the FBI building, yet Mark persists in following the clues. Lloyd informs Mark of the next blackout in 48 hours. Benford, guided by Gabriel's notebook, identifies the imminent blackout in 12 minutes. As Mark struggles to escape, he's cornered by armed foes. With moments to spare, Mark dashes for safety as the world freezes, offering a glimpse into the future. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our recap. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.